It's no secret that Windows is absolutely terrible. Anyone who doesn't live under a rock has realized that Windows is slow, insecure, inconvenient, and more. But don't let me tell you, let this poll ran in 2020 by ZDNet tell you. People don't like Windows 10 or 11, and that is justified because it sucks. 32% of answers said they just didn't want to upgrade. 5% complained about updates. 3% cited spying. Windows 10 is hated. But what is wrong with Windows 10? Why do people hate it? In today's video, we'll be answering that. Windows 10 was released in 2015 and received great reviews. People really liked Windows 10, especially against what it was replacing, which was Windows 8.1. Not even going to get into that. We complain about Windows 10 now, but Windows 8 is just, don't even get me started. Windows 10 was praised and had a few issues. Firstly was privacy. Windows 10 was the first real introduction of the Windows as a Service business model. This is different than the previous strategy. Before the introduction of Windows 10, the business model of Windows was that you'd buy the newest version of Windows for something like $100 every time they release a new version, and you'd just pay to upgrade, simple as that. But with Windows 10, Microsoft introduced ads and tracking into their operating system. Windows now tracks what you do at the OS level. Just the upgrade we needed. Microsoft released this new version of Windows as a free upgrade to anyone on the previous versions of Windows, purely so they could track their users and serve them with ads in the start menu. Obviously, this caused outrage amongst the hardcore fans, and there are always ways around this intense spying through registry hacks and group policy edits. But to fully patch it out requires you to do many modifications to the point where it severely affects usability. Keeping user privacy and keeping yourself from ads is a major reason for people switching away from Windows, and a major selling point for Linux. Windows updates are the stupidest thing ever, especially at launch. It's slowly been getting better and better since launch, but it's still not great. At least we're not stuck with the old update system. The way updates worked on launch was that Microsoft would release an update once a week, and you would be required to update your computer basically within 5 minutes after your computer got the update. Windows updates by restarting itself. This requires closing everything out. The annoying thing is Windows takes forever to restart. A stupid update could take 30 minutes easily, and you can't use your system while it updates. Also, you do not have the choice of when to spend those 30 minutes. So if you only get your computer once a week, you could sit down hoping just to get an hour or two of games in or something. You're out of luck, because believe me, Windows will update no matter what. This has gotten better over the years, and now you have a little choice of when to restart. And also Windows is a little faster with updates than before, but it's still very intrusive and overboard, and it's a major issue for Windows. Linux can upgrade while you use it most of the time, unless it's a graphics driver update or a kernel update, but for the most part, restarts aren't required too much on Linux. Another issue with Windows is bloatware. When you install an operating system, you probably want the essentials, like a document editor, a web browser, probably not Edge, and a file browser. What does Windows count as essential to the operating system? How about Candy Crush? Why not some useless virtual assistants? What's that? You want two browsers, one from the Pyramid Ages and one that is uninstallable and is just a useless fork of Google Chrome by Microsoft? Sign me up. How about a random app connecting to your phone and sending all your data to Microsoft? Better, make it non-removable. How about 3D models? Groove Music is slow and inconvenient, but wait, Groove Music isn't enough. We'll also bundle in Windows Media Player. Okay, you get the point. Windows comes with a bunch of useless crap, most of which you can't remove. Now let's take a look at Arch Linux, for example. Arch Linux doesn't even come with a desktop environment. Okay, no, that's not fair. We need bloat on the level of Windows. What does Ubuntu, a relatively bloated distro, come with? Ubuntu comes with LibreOffice, Firefox, Thunderbird, Transmission, and a few other small games. And snaps. Stupid old snaps. Finally, if you don't want anything, you can just uninstall it relatively easily. Go into the Software Center, click Remove, and if that doesn't work, try sudo pacman. Oh wait, no, sudo apt remove, and whatever app you want to get rid of. It is that easy. Compare that to Windows, which has Microsoft Edge, a web browser you can't install no matter what you do, that will pin itself to the taskbar itself, set itself as the default automatically, and make it difficult to change back, and much more. Microsoft has fallen very far, and I doubt they're going to do much to change it. As much as we all complain, Microsoft Windows is and likely forever shall be the most popular operating system for home users. It just works. Linux is doing everything it can to compete with Windows, but that doesn't matter. Windows is the most popular right now, and that means it's unlikely that the world will even try to transition. As we know in the US, people stick to the simplest solution every time. In the US, iPhones have nearly a 50% market share, and every one of those people use iMessage. It doesn't matter that other apps like WhatsApp have better features or anything at all, iMessage is the default and is the easiest to use. It doesn't matter if that one friend wants to move a group chat to another service, because no one will listen to them because they're already using iMessage. I see the same thing with Windows. It doesn't matter if Linux is a better experience. Windows is what people are used to, so it will never lose. Microsoft has realized that they no longer have to make a good product just as long as they make the popular product. Linux isn't going to take over because of this. Yes, it sucks and is falling behind, but are you going to switch? You don't have the guts. The one thing I have to mention when talking about why Windows is winning, app support. If you're a gamer, good luck moving away from Windows if you like games like Valorant or Halo Infinite. Those games have crappy anti-cheats that are intentionally anti-Linux, made to not run intentionally. Because Windows is big, app developers only support it, but because app developers don't support Linux, Linux isn't popular. The problem is causing a feedback loop. So what can we do to fix this? The Steam Deck may be the miracle we've been waiting for. The Steam Deck is basically a Nintendo Switch had a baby with a gaming PC. It's great. The Steam Deck is going to launch with Linux instead of Windows. It's likely that the Steam Deck is going to take off. If the stars align and it truly takes off, app developers will be forced to support Linux to reach gamers. Anti-cheat developers have already announced official support for Linux, meaning developers just need to click a few buttons to allow it to work on Linux. So maybe, just maybe, games can start to support Linux. Unfortunately, even though all it takes is those few clicks, minigame developers have already announced they won't be supporting the Steam Deck. Fortnite will not run on the Steam Deck, which is slightly worrying. My hope is that maybe just enough game developers will hop on board and allow Linux to run their game. It's a long road for app compatibility, but hope is in the distance. If you enjoyed my video, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.